All right, Jason. Yes, I just got in here. Yes, they are playing for 300 in the middle. Maybe I should get that up on the screen, but we're here to talk about it now. All right. So you said Jake Dosh there at the table now. He won the lag. Winter break. Yeah, EvoSports making more adjustments to the platform, so we're just trying to get refamiliarized with it. And we'll go ahead and get this shared out there so everyone else can see it on other formats. Is your mic turned on? Can you hear me? Great, good.
All right, this is Jason Fick and Greg Jensen in Mount Vernon, Washington. It is. We are commentating at the Diamond Den, brought to you by Distinguished Billiards, EvoSports Stream, sponsored by What's going on? Okay. Greg is going to step out for a minute. He's going to turn the music on out in the room for the boys. And Jake Dosh has won the lag. Jake Dosh and John Bolden are playing a race to 11-10 ball with a little bit modified rules. Rack your own. You must win by 2. So at Hill, someone's got to get to 12. Must win by 2. And a little bit of a modified jumping situation. If you make a mistake and hook yourself, you have to kick out of it. You cannot jump. If your opponent hooks you, you're allowed to jump. All right, here we go. Jake has won the lag. He's going to break off the first rack.
Yeah, look, the players were trying to adjust the music volume and turned it off, so I had to show them how to operate that.
Okay. Oop, we have a 11 ball down. Oh, John Bolden will come in with the ball in hand here. I know both of these gentlemen very well. I've known John Bolden for probably, 50, maybe 20 years. And Jake Dosh I've known real well for a good 12 years. Both of them are really good people. I enjoy playing with both of these gentlemen very much. Jake Dosh lives local up in Cedar Woolley, and John Bolden lives in Arlington. John looking pretty good here. Probably going to follow around 1, 2, 3 rails to the 4. And he rolls right into beautiful. Now, shape to the 5 here is a little bit difficult. It's going to have to be pretty precise for a cut shot or possibly a safe shot. He's taking a good look at this. Yeah, he's just rolling right up. All right. This is quite possibly just a cut it straight down and just hold straight across short of the side pocket. Cut it right in, bump the 8. A little bit of a back cut on the 6 now. All right. Nathan said you could use his blankets. Oh, What a nice little back cut, and this is coming right into pretty nice shape. John always plays on the 9-foot diamond at Danny's Midway in Smoky Point. If y'all want to get a game with John, you can find him there about 1 o'clock on Fridays, and pretty much every Friday. Lays up for an upper right, up the rail shot. Just a tiny little bit of stop draw for the 10 ball.
Nice little touch draw shot there by John BOLDMAN.
Perfect. Nice stop shot, almost straight. I think it would be wise for Jake not to scratch on the brake or even let John see a ball here.
Yeah, well, when you're playing between two players at this level, the mistakes really matter because there's going to not be a whole lot of them.
Nope, there will not be. I expect to see Jake catch a gear here.
Yeah, and that's the thing too. When Jake was warming up, we were discussing some of that too. Is the more things you force Jake to focus on, the better he gets.
Yep.
He does. A lot of players might start to get nervous or make mistakes there, but Jake doesn't usually get that way. He just gets better and better.
He makes the adjustment and forces his mind into focus and gets it done.
Yeah, and they are doing winter break here, so John might, if he can run some racks, he might get a lead right off the gate, but he does not.
Ooh, he's returning the favor to Jake this round. Okay, 4 ball falls in. All right. This is still okay. Jake gets on the correct side of the 2 here. He doesn't even have to be on the correct side of the 2 here to get shaped to the 3. 3 goes in the lower corner or the side pocket, and the 5's right above the 10, right above the break spot. Yeah, I'm pulling for Jake to tie this up 1-1.
Where do you think that 2? Where's he got to get shape on that 2 for this transition? Because the 6 is in there, isn't it?
Well, no, he just needs to come over. If it goes past the 7, he might stay there, but I think he's going to drift over maybe into here or here. Either way, he can get shaped to the 3. Yep, a little bit of off angle, so he can either play 1, 2, out, or he can play 1 rail straight out. Because if he got this lane here for the 3 down to the lower left.
Looks like he says he's a little thin now on the head.
I'm thinking he might play safe and just set the cue ball right in this area right there.
It's not a bad choice here, especially you don't want to leak that ball out.
No.
Let it find a pocket. We don't want none of that.
I sure wouldn't want to let a BOLDMAN have an open shot here. And, when you're gambling, well, you're going to take the safe shot.
Ooh. No, he can try to jump this if he sows.
Yes, in this situation, John can jump because his opponent has played him safe.
But with the modified rules they're using, it's if you make the mistake and tie yourself up, you can't jump, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
But this is not a jump shot, anyways. Not for me. Maybe you.
Everything's a jump shot if you try hard enough.
This is true. Okay.
Oh, look at this, boys and girls. It's not bad.
John lays a nice little kick safe in. Kicks across, pushes the 3 back out in front of the 5, leaves the cue ball in line with it. There could be a thin little hit at the 3. That's really tight. I'll take a little bit of a line here and run through. No, not even our screen says that's going to happen.
The kick shots there, though.
Oh, the kick shot's right there. I mean, pretty much right in that zone.
He might get a re-safety out of the kick as well.
He very well could. And he does. Well, where that's at, that 3-ball's cuttable.
Yeah,
We'll
I think he's got enough of an edge.
just take a line right there. That 3-ball is definitely cuttable.
Shape on the 5, though, is still a little bit of work.
You got to remember to use the sound effects.
Yeah. They're there. Yeah. That's a nice kiss on that. It really left us off a good angle, too.
The ball speed was beautiful. Now, the 5-ball might be a touch tight here. John looking at, I think he's looking at shape to the 6, but I don't know. That does look a little tight. I'm going to let him shoot this. I'm not going to draw a line across this.
It looks like you could use a little low right, get off the rail to shape the 6, if he can feed it backwards enough, correct?
Oh, yeah, he did too. He used just outside on that.
Yeah.
He didn't use a lot of low. I don't think he wanted to clip the 8 at all. But now he's looking at it is cuttable and not without a scratch there on the left side. 6-ball's far enough forward for that.
You think we'll see this over here, the cue ball end up over here?
Could. Oh, he went straight up bank.
Wow. That's bold. That's a bold shot by BOLDMAN.
That is a bold shot from Mr. BOLDMAN. And it worked out great. Left himself a great angle to get back on the 8.
Yeah. More ball speed control right here coming into play.
Oh, yeah.
And see, that's where the skill level comes in, because he got to the positive angle of the 8-ball too. He can draw that back now, or go big forward if he wants to, I suppose. But
this can be drawn back inside the 9. It can.
Yeah.
I mean, he's half ball off angle with a little back cut, but it's not terrible. Thinking he'll use a little bit of, for him, right hand draw, which he did, and he didn't try to get all the way to the rail, just enough to get an angle.
Yeah, he hit that really well.
Oh, beautiful little float up to the 10. This is almost the exact same shot he had in the last rack on the 10.
It is. He's just going to run every rack the same. Mr. Consistency.
2-0. John starting off at a good little pace here.
Yeah, they did agree too. Yeah, Jason, like we both know here, is that it is win by 2.
Yes.
So there won't be a hill.
Yeah. I might have to go over the rules again because my mic was off.
Yeah.
In the beginning. It's a winner break. Must win by 2 racks with a modified jumping rule. If you hook yourself, you can't jump out of it. But if your opponent hooks you, you can.
And I actually like that rule adjustment too, because it really punishes you for making a mistake.
Mm-hmm. Completely agree. It either forces you to make really mistakes, or else you're going to be in a hole quick.
Yeah. And most players, above 580, or better, really shouldn't be making a mistake that's going to do that to them. I mean, it can still happen, but it is less frequent.
Correct. John broke those balls really nice here. Yeah. The 8 ball only is the toughest ball from where the 7 is. 7 goes between the 8 and 10, and also goes in the lower right easily. From where the 6 is, the lower left is the one. Oh, John coming up a touch short on the 2 ball, but he's just going to go over and across, side to side here. He's so comfortable with that long bridge. And cuts it dead center.
Well, John's always so comfortable with those thin angles like that too. He puts himself on those angles at times just to reshape for 3 balls away.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
This sends that thing beautifully into the pocket.
I think he plays this up in the corner here.
I think so too. Off the rail, shaped 7.
Yep. I've just said the 7 down in the lower left corner works pretty good. Yeah. He's looking at right where the balls come off. If you play this in the side, you're going to be a little uphill of the 7.
Well, I think he's trying to figure out too what he likes about the 8 ball. Where does he want the 8 ball to shoot
Mm-hmm.
to transition between the 9 and the 10,
Oh,
right?
absolutely. You need an angle on the 7 to find some shape. I mean, maybe he wants a little bit of angle to follow through the 7 down here to be able to play the 8 right up there in the side. Maybe. We shall see. I mean, he's got a lot of room to get shape on the 7.
You know, he might even come off the rail and shape mid-table from the 6 to shoot the 7 in the other corner.
Possibly.
That feeds to the 8 pretty well too.
Oh, he hit the rail.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
He knew it halfway down. He knew it. I think he knew it right when he hit it. But
Yeah, so big opportunity here for Jake.
yep, and in a set like this where you got to win by 2, you really want to stay in tight. See, John Boldman is human, folks. Jake with a slight off-angle straight shot. He's probably just going to follow maybe with just a touch of right. He could come 2 rails off the left side, but I think he's going to follow just off the bottom rail. A little bit out, getting pretty straight on the 7. Okay, a little off angle. He might just draw and bump the 9 here.
Oh yeah, he does have a little angle for that, doesn't he?
Yeah.
That's that stun shot I was talking about that Chris Melling was, going over that a lot of players struggle to see, as they develop and stuff. And don't do too much. Just stun the angle and get the shape.
Yep. Oh, this is a tiny little bit of draw. You want it to hold flat with the 9. With the angle it has, it can follow forward really easy. And he comes out pretty good.
He's got multiple pockets to choose from here.
Yeah, I have a feeling he'll go upper left corner. He's lining up for the upper left corner here. A little left-hand spin. Oh, well, his shape was beautiful, but rattling the 8 means John has the beautiful.
Now, you think John's going to kind of just touch this a little bit and take that angle, or reshape it like using the long rail on the other side of the table?
He's got a lot of pocket to do what he wants. I think he's just going to draw back a little.
Okay, yeah, that's a nice draw shot.
God, that's a pretty cue.
Nice stop shot off the rail, little stun.
Yep, just enough room to control his English. He's not forced with shooting topspin. And John Boldman taking advantage of Jake's mistakes. The score is 3-0, folks.
Yeah, the winner breaks kind of coming into play a little bit here now too, Jason, as he's starting to put a couple 1s and 3s now beside his name.
He will in a second. Our video streaming is brought to you by EvoSports. We're also sponsored by Salado Pro.
This is the Dibs Action Let's Go format from Facebook and around the local community and stuff. And so if anyone wants to get on a stream or get action or whatever, you can always reach out to me personally, Gregory Jensen, and we'll find you a match and get you set up.
John's 10-ball break, I think. It's one of my favorite 10-ball breakers. He doesn't put a whole lot of effort into it, comes right up the middle, and 8 times out of 10, side pocket from one of the second row balls.
Well, it's just another thing going over. It's all it's controlling the rack and knowing how you're going to start your racks after the break. You control the break and with a good medium speed break, and then you can take what you have in front of you and run with it.
Exactly. The 10-ball break is something I need to work on. It's constantly in my head. Oh, looks like he's back playing the one in the lower right pocket.
Drills it too.
Drills it. Ooh. He's really happy he didn't kiss that 9-ball.
No, is he set up for the combo here?
Oh yeah, he's playing the 2-4. Ooh, he hit the 2 a little bit fat on the 4.
You know, when you're up 3 racks and stuff here too, you think potentially he's going to bank this
Well,
for safety. I mean,
John's a pretty good percentage player. I'm thinking he might play safe behind the 7. But then he might bank it too. He plays so much on a 9-footer, the 7-foot bank probably feels pretty easy to him.
Yeah, he made it look easy too. That thing didn't wobble a bit.
And he's got a good angle here just to follow down to the bottom rail and back up for the 5. Just like that.
His pocket lines are just so clean going in. He understands so well how to get the ball going into the pocket while maintaining control of the cue ball.
Oh, absolutely.
Because some of the other players you watch, the speed of their object ball going into the pocket is kind of wavering and maybe it bobbles a little bit. His is just true in the pocket, back of the pocket.
Mm-hmm. Little bit of draw, play over to the upper right. Oh, plays 2 rails, stun draw.
Whoa, all right. Nice angle still now.
Oh yeah. I think it's easier to play side pocket shape here than to hold it for the corner.
That's what I was just looking at too, Jason, thinking is he going to hit the ball a little bit fuller and just let it die off the rail to shape the 9 of the corner, or is he going to come thin on it, put a little more stroke into it, and get down table to shape the 9 on the side.
He's playing a little bit of draw here.
Yeah, I think so. Put 9 on the side. Does it get there though?
He got 50-50 land. Yep, he's going to play it in the side though.
Yeah, I like how the side pocket gets a little bit bigger on the shot. If you hit it kind of thin, and you can control the cue ball speed for the 10. Oh no, he's going the other way.
Yeah, it looks like he's playing in the lower corner.
Yeah, it does. Another one again, just dead pocket, but now he's probably banking the 10.
I'm thinking so.
He called the back cut. No,
he called the back cut.
Ooh, run him thin.
Oh, look at the ball speed.
Oh, and he gets it in.
John BOLDMAN going ahead 4-0.
What are you going to do about that? You just shake your head and go, "Good job." Because he got himself on the wrong angles twice in that rack, but it was not an issue. One shot right back into shape.
Yeah, John's such a good player. He gets right back in line.
Yeah,
and he's not worried about it. His confidence level's way up here.
He always has such a great attitude at the table and away from the table. Anytime you're around him, it's infectious.
It is. Always has a smile on his face, win, lose, or draw. It doesn't matter. A lot of people can take some pointers about pool playing attitude from John BOLDMAN.
Ooh.
Jake needs to take advantage here, folks. And the table is sitting there for it. Another nice break by John. 3 balls down. 2 balls down. Actually 3, because the cue ball counts as a ball.
I don't think he wants to count that as a ball, though, Jason.
But Jake is.
All right, looks like over here in the YouTube chat, B Duns 9353 says John's a beast.
Yes, he is.
Yeah, anyone else out there watching anything to say? Jump in the chat. Let's get some chat going here. Some banter back and forth between the people watching and the commentators in the booth here.
That's Brent Duncan. How you doing, Brent?
Oh, is that Brent? Okay, yeah. I know him from Facebook at least.
Oh, Brent, yeah, very rapidly improved player. He really put in the time. Oh,
Boy, that's missing good, though, isn't it?
that's missing good. Maybe Jake's feeling a little bit of the pressure of being down 4-0 here. Looks like John has a thin slice angle at the bottom of the floor here.
Yeah, Brent Duncan's still back on the YouTube channel here saying he's good. He's like, what up, fellas? Just calling this thing the best we can.
I can't pick a horse here, Brent. I'm friends with both these gentlemen. I really want this to be like 14-12 or something. And when Jake wakes up, it should be a really good match.
Well, Brent, with the EvoSports format, Brent said he wants to get in the box on the YouTube.
Oh.
And if you are an EvoSports commentator, you can get with Patrick Nix or Justin Lee or any of them there and get yourself aligned with EvoSports, and you can remotely, get on the stream with one of us or anything like that, and we'd be happy to have you as a commentator to just continue growing the brand and the process and everything like that.
Yeah, the EvoSports is one of the fastest growing streaming platforms around. They're pretty much getting around the world. They picked up a contract with Griff's. I think they have 8 tables at Griff's.
Oh, you see your chat down there too, Jason, on your bottom right. Tavo's also coming in from YouTube. So he's enjoying the match from an airport in Albuquerque.
Oh, hello, Tavo. And we just went and recovered Octaviano's table the weekend before last. Put on some 860 HR. It's a nice little table. He's got a Thea. That table's really well put together. That was an enjoyable job to do.
All right, so it looks like Jake back at the table now.
Yep, and Jake has his jump stick. John played safe here, so Jake is allowed to jump here. Yeah. I think Jake's probably playing this down in the lower right-hand corner here. Ooh, punches it right into the far side pocket point and bounces right out. Leaves this for a very makeable shot inside for John. He'll just come across the table, maybe 3/4 of the way for a little draw out on the 6 to the 7. Oh, got a little bit of extra top on that ball. Kind of hard not to, though, hitting it at speed.
Yeah, but now he's got a nice angle for these. These like to go in.
Yeah, you can hold across and play the 7 in the lower left corner.
Yeah, especially like to go in when John hits them.
He did open that up just a touch.
He's kind of like the Chuck Norris of pool.
That's a good way to put it.
Yeah. The ball's going out of fear.
And Brent Duncan, if you're interested in playing a little bit of action, the Diamond Den would be happy to have you. Just call out a player and see if they want some action. Come up here and throw down.
Yeah, we're in Mount Vernon, Washington here, Brent. But it's still the same. Yeah, if you don't have someone, then we can find you someone.
Yeah. We have who do we have next week? Scott Smith and Michael Nabakan.
Yeah,
Is that
yeah,
his name?
yeah, yep. I think that we've got their details finished up, and I'll be making that poster, getting it up probably tomorrow. Then that's going to be next Saturday. I think around 5. Then following up that, you, Jason Fick, and John Kim. The Sunday
Yep.
after that, I believe at 5. So a
Yeah.
couple good matchups coming out of here in the next couple weeks.
I've never played John Kim before. I've seen him play a little bit at the Oak Harbor tournament we had here fairly recently, but I've never personally got to play him. But he wanted to play somebody that he hadn't played before, and I felt it was perfect.
Yeah. Well, Jack, getting a few opportunities here. It should be more like 2-2, I think, actually, right now. But or 2-3, or anything back and forth there. But no, it's 0-5 on the BOLDMAN side.
Yep. I definitely was not thinking that the scoreline would be 5-zip right off the bat.
I didn't, me either. But watching John, pot these balls and get shape, it's clear that 630 looks a little low.
Well, John does play on a 9-foot diamond all the time. Wow. There's 3 balls in the hole. What?
He gets to keep the cue ball this time too. He's been taking that a lot on the break. Now he's got a hidden one.
This is a tough push out too.
Something I was just thinking about too, Jason. Is like I don't think they can jump on the break or after the break.
Well, they said after the push shot. They
Oh.
both agreed that that after the break and with a push shot that they can.
Yeah, but he can't jump inside a push. He would have to take the push.
Oh, he did catch the one.
We have our YouTube feed up. It has a little bit of feedback play too. We can check that.
Oh yeah, he just barely catches it. Jake can use a little low right draw and come around the deuce.
Oh yeah, it moved just a hair. So yeah, Jake getting shape on the 2 balls, so he's able to access the table and try to get it out here.
And I'm not going to make any predictions because I don't want any commentator curses going out here.
Nice shot there.
Oh, good shot.
Yeah, that was a very good shot.
Now, does he draw this to play for side pocket shape? He's got a little off angle for playing the 4 in the lower corner. Looks like he's hit and draw here. And that's good. The 4 is close enough to cut this. Come around 3 rails for the 6.
Yeah, I like the speed control you can get with this shot.
Yeah. Right around the 8 ball. Bump it maybe. Okay. And he still has cue room just to follow. Maybe with just a hair bit of right hand follow and come out toward middle table for the 8 in the lower left pocket.
Yeah, he might make a little bit of a ball adjustment just to cue it right well. No, he's center ball. All right.
And that perfect. Okay.
This ball should feed forward, right, Jason?
Oh yeah. This should be pretty straightforward. 8 ball lower left, 10 ball lower right. Just a little bit of follow. Perfect. All right. All right. Jake standing back up to reset his focus. Okay. Oh, wiped his feet a little bit.
But it's in there, and he's got a 1. So
Score being 5-1. Jake is up to break.
Now, yeah, it seems like Jake's really going to have to win the table control battle from here on out.
Agreed. Billy Chambers, how you doing? Oh, it says that he had a message and then backed off with it.
Well, Billy, it's good to have you on the chat, and if you have anything you want to add or discuss, please bring that message back, and we'll talk about it. Mon and Billy say great job. All right.
Mom and Billy.
Okay.
I think that's John's folks.
Oh, really? Oh, okay. Well, fantastic.
Hi, Billy. Hi, Mom.
Yeah, I recently met them at John's birthday party.
Yeah. Here, quite a while ago, I went down and I covered a table at their house for John.
Oh, okay. Was that a dry break?
3, 6, 7. We have a dry break. Might have a little look at the one. Let's check out a line from our cue ball to our one ball. I went and screwed that up, didn't I? John thinks he's got a good hit. Probably playing the 2 if you can see it.
Yeah, I think he's playing the 2. It looks like it'll go naturally.
Yeah, let's see. Did he allow the 1 to still go past the 8? I wonder what he's thinking here.
I think he's thinking he wanted the 1 to be closer to the short rail.
No, absolutely. He hit the 1 pretty thick
He did.
when he made the 2. A little bit thinner, and the 1 to be a little under the 8. No, I think he's still cutting it though.
Well, he had to just kind of send it a little bit. But.
Okay, coming around. What do you think? Bank to the side pocket? Yep. This looks like what he's lining up for. Okay, he's called the right side pocket. Ooh, catches the point. Okay, he's gonna leave. In this position, I think Jake is gonna try to put the cue ball behind the 6 and the 3 up about where the cue ball is.
I think he's gonna go for the shot, but maybe he isn't. No, you're right, Jason.
Ooh. I think he left a little edge at this. Let's use our little drawing technique here and just see. Well,
I don't know.
Maybe not. Maybe not.
Do a kick and stick.
Well, you got to hit the 3 on the upper side to push it back downhill this way. He's going to jump.
He's going to go airborne.
Playing it up in the corner? Nope. The jump and stick, bump. Okay, he leaves Jake a shot here. Each one of these guys is one good shot away from a run out.
Yeah, the situations that are just playing into the factor, they're not massive issues. It's just enough to make it hard to get out.
That's awesome, Billy. I'm glad you're still enjoying that table.
Nice shot by Jake.
Yep. Now that side pocket is huge with the 9 ball sitting right there.
I think he wants to move that 9 out off the point anyways.
Well, it goes. I'm not sure if it's on the point. Looks like it's off it a little bit on our YouTube feed.
There yeah, that's well done.
Yeah, and now his lines are all sitting right there. Now, let's see what Jake does with his shape to the 6 here. Yep, a little bit inside English on the 5. There's an angle to the 6. Think he plays around the 9 or up between the 10-9? Using a little bit of straight top here, it looks like. Oh, bumps the 10. I don't think he wanted to do that one, though. But you make the 7. I think good things happen here.
I think I like your idea, Jason, of going around both those balls if you had enough angle to get the ball running past them and coming off the rail, because that would give you good shape
Mhm.
with 7. But you do lower your shot percentage though, putting that much spin on it. So
That is correct. The more English you use, the less accuracy you have.
he's taking his time with it, so that's
Yeah,
good.
I think he's double checking in his brain of how he wants to make contact with the 8 after making the 7. That's a
Great shot
7.
on the 7.
Pushes the 8 right into good shape. Stop shot with a follow on the 9, all the way around for the 10. I think this is one hole here.
Yeah, that was a good recovery.
It was. Yeah, a little bit of an angle. Yep.
Yep, I thought he might go a little big on it just like that too, just to
Yep.
clean up the angle.
So I said one hole.
Yeah, it's just a matter of how much spin he got off that 9 ball.
All right,
Oh,
Jake Dosh getting a second game. No, that wasn't fast enough to scratch.
but yeah, this is where that winter break format comes into play, where Jake can do something special here. He can start to
Absolutely.
put some weight back on Boldman, and Boldman knows that he's just got to play his game and take his shots.
Absolutely. That's why in winter break, I think you see a lot more safety play. It's all about table control at that point. You never want to let your opponent be able to get back in it or get ahead of you too far. Jake coming right up the middle of the table on this break.
Cue ball stays out of the pocket, gets a look
Ooh,
at the one, I think.
wow. But with where the 2 ball is, I didn't ask. Are these guys playing early 10s or no early 10s?
I believe when they were discussing it during the match setup that they might be doing called early 10s.
Okay.
But I could be mistaken. Go look at the poster. I probably have that on the poster.
Yeah, that was the only thing I did not ask. Hi, John's mom. How are you guys doing? Yeah, Billy and John's mom. How long ago was it that I went down there and put the cloth on that table? And it had to be 10 years ago, maybe. I think Val and I were still living in Marysville when we went down to your place and did that. And Jake just playing a hold shot. I think he's gonna play the 2 under the 8 and 10 and try to get the cue ball past the 10 and back up between the rail and 7.
No, it was. There are no early tens in this one, Jason.
Okay, no early tens.
Yeah.
Everything must be run out. Okay, good.
It's the race to 11, 10 ball win by 2, modified jumping, which we've discussed. 3 foul is in effect, no early tens, 300 in the middle, as we know, and winner breaks. So
Okay. Jake has leaked the 2 ball out a little bit here to John. Now, where is John going to play? Looks like he's going to come off the what we see as the left edge of the 2, the right edge for John. That's going to leak out a little bit.
now, is it a bank or a cut here, Jason? What do you think?
Well, there is opportunity to play the two-way, play the bank, and get the cue ball to come out here. The 4 is right down here. That's highly likable, but that all depends on how Jake's feeling.
You gotta be careful with the bank too, because that cue ball is going to be selling a little bit after getting the angle to correct. Get that ball to the pocket.
Yeah, it looks like it's just a slightly off angle. A little bit of opening up on the 2 ball to the corner pocket bank. Looks like he's playing a bank angle though.
Goes
He
for the safety.
just plays
Stay
safe.
out of the pocket. Stay out of the pocket. All right, it does.
That is a good safe though. I see 1 rail around the 7. I do not see it coming to the bottom rail and spinning into the 2 here. That's pretty tight. It's a pretty good safe from Jake there.
Yeah, I'm less worried about impact versus how much that you leak out in a shot back to your opponent.
About 6 years ago. Okay. Thanks, Billy. I'm getting older. My memory's going away. Oh, pretty good.
Oh,
Well,
look at this.
that turned out pretty good. I see the thin side of the 2 on the bottom end here is a little bit of a touch shot for Jake. Slide the 2 up. I'm thinking you can get it onto the 8 from there, but he might be kicking off the bottom rail too. I think he's going to kick off the bottom rail there. Yeah, he's going to come 2 rails off the bottom rail to the underside of the deuce. That's a decent call. As long as you get enough speed for the 2 to hit a rail, the cue ball might just come right under the 8. That was pretty interesting little look. Now, what do you think, Greg? Do you think he caroms the 5 in here? Or do you
I
think
think he's going to
plays safe?
I think he might even try and tie the cue ball up to the 5 and kick the, or tie the cue ball up to the 5 and kick the 2 down table. It's one option he has because he's got the 6 hiding it slightly for him.
I don't see good things. With the 2 ball not going past the 5, I don't see good things to get to the 4. So
He's calling the 5. We need to put some more soundproofing up between the booth wall and in there, so that way we don't have to have the music so loud that I could hear John call the 5. So
okay. Well, I did get a hold of some sound blankets for you.
yeah. You told me that. Thank you. We'll try to get those implemented so we can just have a little more separation between the booth and the players there vocally or audibly, so to say.
Yeah. Well, short of tearing your walls apart and insulating everything.
That's a bit more invasive than
It
just
is.
fixing blankets up. These lights here, so it doesn't strain your eyes as much.
Huh. Jake has pulled out the jump stick here. Yep. Maybe.
I do have to say, I really like Jake's intensity to get the job done well and come back and win this thing. It's making these shots really critical,
Oh,
and it's
absolutely.
really getting the focus of those watching even involved, because you want him to make this a match.
Yeah, I do remember everyone drinking a bit down there, Billy.
We did leak this out. Now back to BOLDMAN.
He did. A thin little cut here.
Oh
Yeah, but he's going to get away with this
God, how does he's missing good again?
because he's John M.F. and BOLDMAN.
Yeah, that's the second if not third miss that's a good safety.
Yeah. Well, the two rattles, kisses the 4, and pushes up behind the 7. Didn't quite expect that. It could have leaked out just as easy too. Jake looks like he's using the mirror system here.
Mirror system is where you're using the ball to measure off the rail, correct, Jason?
Yeah, the mirror system. Jake is taking this distance from here out to here, perpendicular with the same distance as the ball is off. Well, actually where you want to hit the ball. And then you find that point out here to aim at. And that's how you, short version of how you use the mirror system. I've watched Shane Van Boening do it so much, I started doing it and go, hey, I hit the ball a lot more often now.
Yeah, I use it every time just about. I don't always go up and draw it out the same way you do, Jason, but I just visually go look at it with my brain, and because I can draw a line in my head and then find that point and then try to keep my eyes locked on it as I walk around the table, refine it, and make the hit.
I think we have a distance jump here. Yep. I know that jump stick. It's just like mine, except it's got a green stripe on it.
All right, so aerial assault time. He's going to try to pop this in the side, you think?
Oh, yeah. Ooh, a little bit stiff. Okay, I'm thinking
Doesn't get away with
Jake will be playing the 5.
it. Absolutely.
And I would be cutting this with a lot of inside English. Stay under the 6 with the cue ball.
Do you like a little bit of top on that as well, Jason, just to straighten the cue ball up off the rail?
Yes, I mean where he's riding on the rail, yeah, a little bit above center, but using a lot of left English.
Looks like Billy's asking in the chat too, is in regulation, is there a time between shots? And there is. At times, depending on the format, right?
Well, these guys are both respectful enough to shoot in a timely manner, but I know a lot of our leagues are going to like a 45-second shot clock. The pros are playing with a 30-second shot clock. Get a minute after the break. But yeah, I prefer a shot clock. And so many times I've played and your opponent sits there and just looks at the shot for 3 minutes. I mean, eventually you got to shoot the ball. But yes, in regulation play, there is a respectful, at least a minute in most leagues, you'd like to keep your time between shots.
Yeah, I was going to say, Jason, I think our local BCA, the Billiards Congress of America League, went to the 1 minute clock. It's not heavily enforced, but it's there for use as needed.
Yeah. We actually, our last Skagit League last fall, Christy provided everyone with a sand clock, little hourglass, 45 seconds.
Yeah, I have mine. It's still in my case from being a team captain on that league.
Oh, nice shot. Misses the 10, comes up to really good shape on the 6. Yeah.
I like this table now. This has got some nice feeds off lines.
Oh, these two shots are nice little stop shots. Maybe a little draw on the 7.
You got to understand your speed for the 8.
But you can certainly follow this ball. You only need what, 3 balls of rotation, 4 balls of rotation to follow the 7, and then you have pretty nice 1-2 rail shape to the 8 ball, or off the 8 to the 9. And Jake's going to draw this a little, looks like. But now he has a really flat angle to get to the 9.
You might see him cheat the pocket here and kind of punch on it a little bit.
He's following the ball. Maybe 2 rails, maybe just 1. 2 rails.
Yeah, beautiful job
Good
staying
speed.
down through that stroke
Yep.
too. He stayed down through that entire shot. You would expect him to, but he did that well.
Oh yeah. I think we got ourselves a real good match here, guys. Nice 1 rail speed.
Yeah, I really like how he put that into the coming into the backside of that pro angle too, where it really widens up the availability to make the shot to the pocket.
Absolutely.
Just a little focus and some finish. Gets in within 2.
All right. Jake goes to 3, maintains control of the table, and winner break. Jake did his job really good there, playing his safes.
He really did, and
Played really good table control.
that's where it's always really important just to stay in it, keep focused. Don't have feelings up or down, yes or no, about how that's going to go. Just get up and play your racks, rack by rack.
Jake several times, a couple times at the Ox, even he was races a 7. He was down 6-2 and came back and won a match. And then down 5-0 in another match and came back and won. Jake's got real good mental game.
Yeah. Well, a couple of years ago at the Allers event, he was down quite a bit, wasn't he? And then he came back from the B side to win it.
Mm-hmm.
He had to play through a lot of players to get to that one.
Oh yeah. Jake is definitely a strong competitor.
Well, just like we were talking about earlier, it's the harder you make him focus, the better he does. He doesn't falter. He doesn't go backwards. He only goes forwards.
Wow. I think we have us a dry break here, folks. John probably going to lay this 1 ball maybe over behind the 6 and put the cue ball behind the 9. That's my call for the safe shot here. Who knows? He might play the 9. I don't know. Oh, Triple G. How are you at? We were up in Mount Vernon, Greg. Greg Pendergrass just hopped on the chat. This is Mount Vernon, Washington. Greg Jensen created the Diamond Den. He's got a little Diamond 7 here. And if you'd like to do a little bit of gambling, get outside of your play zone, and we'll find you a player. You can call out a player. Hop on I Got Dibs. Oh, he goes for the back bank. And he's going to get away with it a little bit here. Decent attempt. Kind of a 2-way. Still leaves himself a look at the 2 if he makes the 1.
think Triple G's been on a couple of my other streams and stuff too, especially like out the Big Dog and the Howlers
Yes.
and some of those. So yeah, so usually
Yeah.
I think Aaron's right there behind him, so they can start betting on what we're doing, if I remember correctly.
Aaron Sullivan?
I don't know if it's Aaron Sullivan or not, to be honest. Triple G could answer that question for us, though.
Well, I know Triple G and Aaron go back and forth a bit on Facebook chat. Yes, this is a little 7-foot diamond bar box.
Yeah, I think they were betting at on whether or not I was going to draw the lines correctly for the shots the players were taking at one point. I think in the Big Dog.
Oh, but the
Yeah, I got most of them right, so I feel pretty good about it.
And we have the Big Dog commentary coming up here pretty soon too.
A couple months away,
Yeah.
yeah. Yeah, it's Aaron Sullivan is what he's saying. So yeah, I always happy to have you guys in the chat. It always makes for a good time.
I certainly enjoy both of your guys' humor. Huh? Jake doing a little jump kick on the one here. Yeah.
Let's check.
Makes a clean hit at it. If he didn't call it in the pocket, this would be option. But John certainly is not going to let Jake get back up at the table and want a clear open shot at the 2. Or open hit. I don't think the 2 slides past the 8. Well, depending on how spry you're feeling, you could play a graze on the 7 with the 2 here and play it in the lower right corner. Follow past the 8 for shape on the 3. Good. I'm not saying he's going to do it. That's a lot lower percentage chance than just maybe rolling up on the 8. But even that might be a little bit tough. Maybe roll up on the 7.
We haven't used a player cam yet either today, Jason. We could use that if it's up. We'll double check so let's make sure it's working today.
Uh-oh. Ooh, we have us a little bit of a mistake. We do have a player cam that will show us the room and the players. Here's a good look at the room there, Greg. And
Yeah.
everyone else is kind of looking at. We're actually looking from where the back slider where you walk into the room. And breaking from this area in here. Couple of nice pool chairs over there. And Greg's beautiful Seahawks wall that he put up himself.
Now, Zane Morrison's jumping here saying, asking what cue does Jake shoot with? I believe that's an Allers, isn't it?
No, I
it's
actually have to go check. He used to play with an Esperito. I forget what cue he plays with now, but he upgraded his cue. Looks like Jake playing the 8 ball here.
Sometimes it's nice to be able to pan over to that so you can see the actions of the player that's watching their opponent.
I got to pull up this sound effect for that.
What the? Oh my god!
Thank you, Su Sheng Chow. I love that, man.
Looks like maybe there's a couple. I didn't hear that one last time I was on here. That's nice.
Well, Triple G around here, we're 12 fans, buddy. So you know what Niners can do, right?
Well, you are in a different football team's country, so try not to say too much brain affiliated things on the stream. So we'll keep it at that until they start sponsoring me. When they start sponsoring me, we can talk about
the 12s.
Yeah. We just got to get a little bit bigger before the NFL is going to be sponsoring a billiard stream.
Yeah, here.
All right, you got Jack. Is that Kiski?
Mr. Kiski, I think. Zane called it. 40 whiners, right?
Yeah. All right, Jake, got a good look at the 2 here.
Yeah. Looks like the 3-8 would be the next shot here. And looking at it, the 3 needs to come a tiny bit downhill under center here. Little stop shot, not too much. You don't want the 3 ball to run way down.
Got the Salado template rack that we're using today as well, that they provided us with, and it's a good little template rack.
Well, my eyes were deceiving me. The 3 ball went a little bit above center of the 8. Center line, I mean center line to pocket. How far is Jake going to go for shape on the 4 here? Oh. He tried to hold that. He overcut it. Had he cut a touch for the thick side of the pocket, he probably would have made that shot.
Either way, the percentage is not extremely high. It's a little, you really feel some pressure trying to, understand containing the cue ball to a positive place for the 4.
No. See, you think John's just going to come out 1 rail to the 5 and then come across the 9 with the 5 to the 6? Or the shape on the 5 for that? Or, I don't know. I don't like coming around with those 2 balls right there.
I think John might try to put a little bit of light stroke on this to get shape.
Yeah. It's not too much. He did.
Not too much. It's
2
a light
rails.
stroke.
And it didn't even touch the 7. Ooh, he is pretty straight on the 5, though.
I think he's just feed it up and take the angle.
You might have to play a little rub and get his English to travel to the left side of the 6.
Yeah.
Yeah, he did.
Like that.
Rub the rail.
Now that's knowing how to play well on the diamond table too.
Yes. Not all the time do you rub that long rail and not rattle the ball. A little bit of outside English here. That's a good angle to get to the 9. You can play either side of this. Shape can go on the 9 can go in both upper right and left corner pockets. He's got enough angle here to get both. I'm just gonna come over. He didn't hold above the side pockets. Control. More often than not, John Boldman will play control on his shape than he will perfect. Look at that speed control.
Well, no, that's the thing too. As we develop as players, we have to learn more and more that it doesn't have to be perfect. Stop trying to make it perfect, and you'll have a better percentage at the table.
Oh, absolutely.
All right, so Jake made a little bit of movement there, but now John's getting back into it here.
Jake, what cue he's playing? I want to do a little bit of stuff.
Jack says, "Nice out, John." YouTube.
And Jake DOSCH is playing with a Corey Barnhart cue.
I'm not familiar with that name, Jason.
Oh, I've heard of the Barnhart cue. So he's a good cue maker.
Oh,
flat out. And John Boldman is playing with a Dave Jones. In fact, he's playing with my old Dave Jones, which I can no longer call mine. But I'm very glad that he is playing with it, though. It's getting the love that it deserves.
Is that one going to go past that 8 ball, Jason?
I think so. Put a little bit of line on it and check it out. John's checking it out. Yeah. Looks like he's got 2/3 of a pocket, maybe. I also see a way to take this one down to here and play it this way and play it safe if he wants. But I think he's playing the ball. Comes around the 6. Oh, look at this. He's going to lay this right in for side pocket shape. I think a little bit of left draw, 2 ball to the side pocket, push the 3 down table a little bit. Think he's looking at that hit. Yeah, he is getting some draw on this. Just like that. 4 balls just over on the right side of the table.
You know, his cue ball containment there coming off of those 2 balls was really solid.
Oh, excellent.
Because that is one of those ones where sometimes you can kind of push that cue ball with that second ball offline and not have the line you wanted.
Mm-hmm. Well, you saw him jack up. He really wanted the quick draw. Wanted that ball to come right back to the 3 wood instead of coming straight down table. John's been playing pool since he's probably about 8 years old. Yeah. Told me a couple of stories, but his dad would drop him off at the bowling alley where his mom works when he was, 8, 9 years old. Leave him with $5. And then one day this guy wanted to gamble. His dad told him, that's the only $5 you got all day. Dad comes back after work, and John's sitting there with a stack of 5s, 10s, and 20s, like $250 worth before this guy gave up gambling on a 10-year-old. I mean, it's just, that type of growing up with just that nonchalant, just playing pool. I mean, when you're 8, 9, 10 years old, just having fun. Yeah. He's just continued that on. He always has fun playing. So many of us take the game a little too serious, and it just gets in our heads.
Man, that was a nice float.
Yeah. He's got such a nice stroke. So, Jack, how's the Easter egg hunting going? Oh, look at that, a little bit of draw spin. I think he wanted just a touch more, but John just never seems to overstroke it.
Well, if you get comfortable with your adjustments, one way, it kind of can help you in a way too, right, Jason? Where if you're so sure you're under your angles, but if you've been hitting those angles correctly and getting out with them for decades, then you're fine.
Yeah.
It's a good angle for you. Because I would always be, I'd rather be under the angle slightly than over it.
Yeah.
Because you got to do some, you got to get more, just directional changes when you're over the angle.
John going ahead 7-3 here.
Yeah, the race to 11. Win by 2, but right now they've got more than 2 separations, so DOSCH needs to get back to the table if BOLDMAN doesn't make any mistakes and just runs 4 racks here.
Yes, Jack. John's stroke is looking pretty good today, isn't it?
Oh, cue ball, stay out of the pocket.
Oh, he's all right.
He's dangerous with that corner pocket right now.
But we do have a dry break. I don't think Jake can see the one here. No, he can't see the one here.
I'm a little fan of 48-14. Yeah, that was a nice one.
Well, that was our first breaking run, wasn't it?
Yeah. Kind of expect a few more out of these players at the way they hit the ball, but it's tough on a 7-foot diamond to get breaking runs.
Oh yeah. It's it's not every time that everything just blows open. You drop 4 balls and you're just beautiful shape on the one to the next ball. I mean, you have to play really good shape. Well, the first time I watched Skyler Woodward play was in Lincoln City quite a few years ago. He hit the ball. He hit the ball pretty stiff, but the lines he found going through, getting 2 and 3 rail shape, pretty impressive.
You know, that was funny. That's what when I was at the Fleece a couple months back, Daniel was there.
Sergeant Seal?
Yeah, yeah, and me and him and Justin Lee from EvoSports, a couple of us were playing pool, and that's what he's like. That's what Daniel said to me. He's like, "You play like Skylar Woodward."
You?
Yeah,
Yeah, I can see that.
because I do hit the ball pretty firm, but
Jake,
it's getting lighter and lighter.
it's getting better control.
Yes.
And Jake went for a jump on the 1 here. He did not want to, didn't have a good push. So he fouls, leaves John a ball in hand. I think John wanted another ball rotation downhill, not necessarily closer to the 2. He's going to use probably, is he coming out? Well, he is coming out. Look at that. And he's going to lay right on it. That was a good stroke. Myself included, so many of us will overstroke that and end up with the ball, down in these areas. Not necessarily the corner pocket, but well, that too. But he lays that in perfect. Stop shot for the 4. Maybe a hair forward. Yep. And now he has follow. A follow shape here to the 5. Of course, he's on the rail, so he's forced to shoot follow. But looks like he's got enough to come in this area here.
The speed state. Ooh,
he got a little bit further than he wanted, but the 6 is right by the corner pocket. Looks like he has a little angle. He's just going to come forward into here, to here, back out for a nice controlled leave on the 6.
he is on the tight edge of that table there. Yeah, so he does have to use the
short stick.
But it will give you every bit of the stroke that the other cue will here. It's just a little bit lighter.
Yeah. He just played this off. It looks like he was downhill of it. He could have just went off the ball and straight to this pocket. He just didn't want to overpower it. It is the short stick being as light as it is. It's hard to adjust to that after shooting with the playing cue.
Maybe I should work on getting another one that's heavier so you can get another choice.
Ooh, John's going to leak this out to Jake.
All right. Well, Jake should take this opportunity here and take this rack.
I think he's going to be on this like white on rice.
Yeah, certainly, for sure. He's got a great angle to get out to that 7 ball, too. Goes right to the 8, to the 9. Yeah. It's not a bad looking situation here for Jake DOSCH.
Not at all.
Especially down 4 racks.
With this angle, Jake probably just plays just maybe a little bit of left English for him and brings this cue ball over in this direction. Probably play it for here. If you overstroke this and flatten it out more, you could get side pocket shape also.
I feel like he's going to go for the side pocket shape or the other corner just so he can get the stun or draw angle to the 8. Because he's got to get the 8, probably back to that corner pocket.
Well, the 8 ball goes either one of these. That's the best natural angle for it. He's going to come right around it. Whoa, that's tight. So predictions, does he back cut the 7 here, or does he just put the 7 down here and then back up a little bit and just kind of lay the cue ball in here?
I'd be taking the safety out of this one, I think, just because of how the 8 and 9 are now and the shape he's at. Myself, I think that's the percentage play if you're playing a percentage player, which I try to be.
I agree. I thought he was going to play a little bit under the 7 for his shape, but he went long. Oh, okay. He's gonna play the 7 thin. Probably maybe get it over into here. Oh, look at that. Yeah, that's a good one. John's got one rail up, table, and back, and this one rail across. Yeah, he'd have to correct that coming back. Playing the side kick. I think his best bet is the one rail up here. Coming back down to the 7. We shall see.
No, I'm calling the 7 in the corner pocket. Are you? Because it could go.
It definitely could. I mean, you have to hit it hard enough to push a rail.
Because, yeah, you want to contact the edge of the 8. Just a hair like that. Man, it's close, too.
Oh, boy. All right. Well,
DOSCH has
Jake did his job.
Yep. He's got that thin angle that likes to speed shape back to the 8. Probably 2 rails. Long rail twice.
Yep, and he's hitting it with a little top spin here and just a little inside English, just to hold it.
And use that second rail to get the shape. Got thin, but manageable.
Just a hair too much inside English. I think he was trying to come across and play the 8 in the lower left.
That's what I was looking at too. I was feeling that would be the best opportunity for a shot here. He might. No, he's going to go for this.
Oh, he's going to cut this in and try to come between the 10 and 9 for the 9 in the lower left.
Oh, absolutely. Just the way he was getting down initially, it almost like a half ball hit, like he was going to try to stick it 9 and 10. But no, he's going to get that thin hit.
Yeah, I'm playing this cut too from here.
Ooh, when he gets there.
He heard him laugh.
Yeah.
He overcut it a hair.
Now we're are we banking this? We're cutting it all the way up the table. It's a field shot for DOSCH at this point, I think, isn't
absolutely.
it?
I think this is I'd bank this to the side, I think, if I were going to bank it.
Yeah, you can see it's taking his time just to get a good feel for it. Everyone's quiet.
Okay, he's hitting this with draw. He's playing it to the side pocket. Oh, no, he's playing the...
Ooh, that is a nice containment safety, too.
It is. Got the cue ball almost on the rail down here. Might be a thin hit on the 9 here. I don't know. That's looking pretty tight.
Well, but he didn't give away control. That's the important thing with making that shot. Because now John's going to have to either answer with a shot or a containment, and both are difficult.
Yeah. Jake played a really good safe there. John going for he's jumping the edge just a little bit here. I bet he called it here.
I think he called the bottom right corner. Hits it.
He hits
Doesn't have the speed for 2 though.
Nope, but it's gonna roll up and
it's a nice bank shot for DOSCH to attempt if he's going to go for it. Because he can get the cue ball speed to work the direction to get down to the 10.
Well, where he's at here with your short wall over here, that's going to depend on what he does with this.
Yeah, that is true. That does come into play a little bit, doesn't it?
But he could play this line on the 9 and play the 9 this way, and then get the cue ball looking like that. Could.
Now, I wonder if it's a 60-inch cue that DOSCH is using or a 58.
I believe it's 60.
Yeah, 58s play much better in the diamond in than 62, but it's still manageable. But another good attempt.
Really good.
Now if that ball's tied up on the rail, that's going to make this a much more difficult shot for BOLDMAN.
Oh, absolutely.
Tough to pot the ball. He can obviously hit it, but
it's easier to bank the 9 to the lower right with this ball on the rail than it is the lower left.
Yeah, I think he just called that in that position too. So Jake playing really, really smart competitive pool here, though.
Yes, he is. He needs to chip away that 4-game lead. A little bit wide. It's going to leave Jake a good look at this. He'll back cut this into the corner here and get shape in the same pocket.
Yeah, that is what it looks like to me as well.
Hey, Jack, you didn't answer me. How did the Easter egg hunt go for the girls?
Jake just getting a feel for the thinness of this shot versus the speed.
Mm-hmm.
Don't want it to get away from him.
This is pretty much just a pocket speed shot for the 9. Maybe just a hair more.
Yeah, well, you don't want to end up, flat on the angle. You want to get up it a little bit.
Yeah. He's not using too much English. Oh,
man.
I was thinking a little outside English on that cut on the 9 myself.
I thought he was going to come 2 rails to shape that. He's just going to give it to John.
Yep. He's just going to let John have the game, not make him shoot a ball in hand on the open 10.
And I used to be more prominent with that, but actually learning something from another player, the Lawrence Frampton PTB out of Oak Harbor. He's the one, that's, kind of with no, make them shoot it. They can rattle it. They can miss it, even with ball in hand. Sometimes you even miss it more with ball in hand.
Oh.
Even John could rattle it. And so, if you want to be positive for yourself, then sure, it's respectable to say, hey, you're not going to miss it, but it could happen.
It could, with players at this skill level. I think more often than not, you'll see us just give it up.
Yeah, it's unlikely, but still possible.
Yep. No, but it is still possible. Pete's right. If I'm playing a match in Lincoln City, I'm making him shoot it.
Yeah.
If I'm playing a good match.
Yeah, Triple G saying, yeah, you've seen pros miss ball in hand. Yeah, we all have, because we've all done it. So if you've been at a pool table long enough, you're going to miss some ball in hands. Unfortunately.
Yeah. Well, what a break here. Send it. Oh, that was a pretty shot. Ooh, he returns Jake's medicine from the previous rack.
Looks like Jason Stephen Grace jumped in the chat here, saying he's watching from California. Thank you for watching the stream, sir.
Stephen Gray. Man, you moved away a little while ago. How are you, Steve? I haven't heard from you in quite a while, man. Yeah. Jake and John are both good dudes. You know them both. Pretty sure Jake's pulling out the jumper here. Still a tough shot. That 7 ball's covering a little bit of the 1 line. Eyeballing his line. Jacking up.
Oof.
A little bit of outside English throws that right out of line. Well, I'm having a feeling here that with the break that John got there and that safe, he's well in control of this game.
Really don't see a lot of problems with this rack.
No, he's going to play the 1 a little bit uphill on the 1, follow around 2 rails to the 2 on the left side, following forward for the 3 in the upper left pocket, and the 6 is stop shot maybe with a tiny little bit of draw to get straight on the 7, close to straight, and the 9 and 10 are just elementary. Ooh, he light hit that. He knows it too, right when he hit it. Yeah, see? Sitting in this chair, you never miss, right?
Yeah, no, we're commentators. I've missed in the chair too, I believe, but
I have to.
but my percentages are higher in the chair than they are on the table. That's for sure.
Yeah. Oh, John like stroked that. See if he cuts this in. It looks like he's lining up a cut shot at it. Little inside English. Hold above the 7. Oh, drills it like a champ.
Every
Look at
time,
that.
every time he does that.
Yeah.
You know, you get to the table, you think, what would John BOLDMAN do? He's just going to make the shot. That's what I'm going to do.
I think he's got a good cut at this.
Mm.
Did he say he caught the 7?
I'm not sure, to be honest. Look at we can watch on the YouTube playback that we have at least in the den here. See if the 7 moves at all. No,
Nope, he didn't.
I do think the 7 might have visually played into his shot.
Yeah.
So that might be why he missed that
Yeah.
by a diamond and a half.
Look, you got those little suckers in your house too, don't you? Little ants.
Yeah.
Everyone has them. They're all over up here. Okay. Well, if I'm Jake, I'm stopping that cue right there, pushing the 6 ball to the left rail. Is he cutting it?
I thought maybe he'd be carrying. Maybe he might carry this, but
Okay, maybe he's looking the line of the kiss off the 7 with the cue ball after making the 6.
yeah, because I think that's the shot to take here. If you're confident about it and believe, which he's going that half ball hit. Get the glancing blow off the inside angle of the 7. Or sorry, the outside angle.
I think he's going to have to use a little bit of, tiny little bit of draw on left English, or is he going to follow this? Dead English? I'd be worried about the scratch using the follow here. Okay. Makes a good shot, but I think he left himself a little under where he was hoping. I don't think he wanted to hit the 9. He lost a lot of cue ball speed that way.
Well, he's got a bank angle as well as a cut. Myself, I'm banking this.
Yeah. Also has the Z bank behind the 10 with the 7 and putting the cue ball behind the 9.
Yeah, there is an option for a safe there. Yeah. I mean, I think that might be what he's looking at, trying to see who's going to cut it or go for that safe.
Well, he's been really, really good at putting the cue ball opposite center rails of his object ball. So
That's what he does
that's
too.
exactly.
Oh,
Look at that. Look at that cue ball placement.
I think that's the shot of the match so far.
That is the safety of the match so far.
That is beautiful. You know, it's funny. It goes to show you it's not always about making these amazing Efren Reyes hero shots. Sometimes it's just doing something really, really well, like that.
That was beautiful placement.
And, you know, that is one way you can beat John is just don't let him do John things.
Yeah, don't let him see nothing. You either run out on him or you don't let him see anything.
But now let's see how creative John can get.
Oh, that was a heck of a hit, but to scratch on it. All right.
But that's what, that's the payment, that a safety like that should get you some level of ball in hand.
Yeah, ball in hand's ball in hand.
Yeah.
All right.
Nice hit by John, though. He did kick that well.
Yeah. Good.
A little bit of a swooping up table.
Yeah, playing the 2-rail shape to the 9. That's going to roll in real nice. Looks like he's a little uphill of it. Little draw, come up middle table. Ooh.
Ooh, bobble, but it goes down. Nice angle to cut the 10 in, though.
Yep. Good control. Hard to lose control of the cue ball here. Ooh. 2 rattles.
Yeah.
Jake knew it too. He's like, ugh. All right, Jake comes within 4. He's down 5-0 and we got the lead back. Cut the lead to 2, and then back to 4 to 5, and now it's back to 4 again. I think Jake gonna take a little break. Okay, mark the score. Then he's gonna rack.
Yeah, Jake, just stay focused, stay settled down, keep making those really smart movements with those balls. Nope, they're taking a player break.
I was just thinking when someone was going to take a break.
Yeah.
Okay, the players are going to take a little bit of a player break here. Someone's got to go to the bathroom or someone wants to take a little break. All right, this is Jason Fick sitting with Greg Jensen in the Diamond Den. If anybody wants to hop in and get a little bit of action, hop on the 8 Dibs and throw your name in the hat. And we'll find you a little money match. A minimum of $100 bet per man. What's that? Oh, really? What? Oh, you were right there? Okay. Oh, boy. The players are giving me a little bit of crap for calling the defense, but they're not supposed to be sitting next to the door listening. Oh, it's good to hear you're doing good, Steve. I hear that California is quite expensive. My niece is down there, and if they weren't living with some family, they got a 2-month-old baby. If they weren't living with family, stuff would be really, really, really hard on right now. Hey guys, Stephen Gray says that those player breaks are for sub 400 players. Get back to it. I passed that along, Stephen. All right, and I'll just sit here and chat with you folks for a little while. Jake DOSCH, John Boldman, race to 11, must win by 2. Score is 8-4. Our streaming is brought to you by EvoSports Stream. Thank you, Justin Lee. Got to give him a shout out every time I'm on the mic. What a beautiful streaming platform he's put together. And we are also sponsored by Solato, and all of our matches that are 8-ball, 9-ball, or 10-ball, we all use Solato Pro and punch in the numbers and play. Next Saturday at 5 o'clock, we have a match with Scott Smith and Michael Nabakan, both players from Oak Harbor. They're going to come up and they're playing for $100 ahead, $200 in the middle. And the following Sunday, I will be playing John. Oh God, I already forgot John's last name. I would be playing a gentleman. He runs a bunch of tournaments at the Golden Fleece, but we're going to be playing for 100 ahead on the 12th. Looks like the players are coming back in from outside. Jake DOSCH has the break. Hey, Greg, what's John's last name that I'll be playing again?
Kim.
John Kim. Sorry, John. I already know your face, but I have to say your name a few times.
I went outside and talked to John Boldman real quick too, and told him that Steven had told him about the breaks, and he laughed, and he's like, "I miss Steven. He's a good guy."
Oh yeah, Steve was another player who really improved his skill sets. He played with a lot of good players. He played with John and quite a few other players at Players. And there's John Kim. I'm glad you're watching, John. Sorry about the last name mix up there, bud. That must be John there, fan of 48 and 14. All right, here we go. Jake Dosh to break. Rack 12, 13.
These have been some pretty punishing racks too.
Yeah, they're both breaking 10 ball really good.
Man, that was a
Oh,
nice
look at
break.
that. That was nice. 3 balls on the break. Decent look at the one.
You gonna back cut this? You think?
I think he's going to play this in the right side. Follow this around.
Yeah, that's what
Try
I
to
was
come between the 9 and 2.
because you get to keep the side pocket getting bigger as the ball's kind of spinning into it.
Mm-hmm. He's double checking his angle there because even from there, that screams a little bit of scratch.
Yeah,
I think you can cut this and come to the long rail.
absolutely. You just got to make sure you hit the ball well. You don't want any movement or anything. Oh no, that's Jim James.
Oh, okay. Sorry, Jim. Well, thank you for reminding.
Then you got Marcus Minnesota 13 saying, "Let's go, baby." Yeah, let's do that.
And now he's.
Ooh,
Oh, he played.
that was nice.
Oh, nice. Little punch draw cutting the side to the bottom rail back up.
You call that a
For
pool
us,
player
top
shot,
rail.
don't you, Jason?
Oh, absolutely. I think Jake's probably going to have to leave himself with another thin angle on the 3 after the 2 ball shot. Or you're playing super, super good shape, missing the 8 and coming back across.
Nice shot. Stay out of the pocket. Stay out of the
Oh, and he nails it. Ooh. Whew. Okay, there's another pool player shot right there. That's one of those ones that your belly goes, ooh. Catches the point and comes right into decent shape. A little bit of draw punch over the 4 here. Just like that.
And I think on a shot like that, you just take the angle because
Yep.
you can get back to what you need to.
Mm-hmm. All right, Jake resetting himself. Taking a better look at the 4 shot here.
Okay. I like the angle he got on that.
Yeah. Right. Now, does he try to stroke this to play the 9 in the upper right corner? Or you think you just pocket this and take the cut shot?
I think you put this a little bit of bottom left on this, come off the rail with the cue ball and try to pull it back a hair. A light stroke where you just follow through a hair. See, but that may be overdoing it.
Nope. Oh. He's tried the stroke shot and punched it a little bit too hard. Caught the long rail and rattles, leaving John with a 3 ball out here. I thought Jake was going to run that out too.
I did too. I thought he looked good with that one, but like you said, just a little too much punch on that hit.
These little diamonds don't like a hard pop on the long rail, on the point at all.
You kind of see John maybe here doing about the same shot that Jake went for, just using a little less stroke. Oh no, he went all the way around. Okay.
Yeah. He was intending to stroke that probably another 3-4 inches of follow through and get another 18 to 24 inches out of that leave.
That does appear what it looks like. He's got multiple choices here on low cuts and banks, and looks like he's going to cut to the top right corner.
Oh yeah. And he just cuts it in like a champ. He's gonna come right down to great shape.
Yeah, the speed control that he delivers on those shots is just phenomenal.
Oh. This is going to put a little bit of added mental pressure on Jake here, knowing he should have got out on that one. And mentally and being in the Jake situation, I've been there many times. You let one slip and you're playing winter break now. You're like, damn, this guy's breaking really good too. And he just had a break and run 1 or 2 breaks ago for John.
Mm-hmm.
All right. John BOLDMAN goes ahead 9-4, takes another 5-game lead in this race to 11. Must win by 2. I'm still pulling for Jake to get back in this.
Oh, absolutely. I want this thing to, get as close as it can, because we were talking about too, is like, if this thing could go to 15, 16 racks, with the win by 2.
Oh, very easily. 4 and 5. Okay, we got us a dry break. Man, has Jake got a little look at that one ball? Cross a little bit of a line here. Yeah, just might. One ball has to cut a little bit to Jake's right. He's stuck shooting a little bit of top on this too, though. I think he definitely sees it going in. Get a kiss. Ooh. Now, this is a situation where Jake is not supposed to be able to jump. That was part of the rules. That's correct, Jack. If you've been watching, he punched that ball a little bit, that 8 ball a little bit too hard, trying to get a shape on the 9. He should have just let it roll in. You're right. Now these guys, their rules are if you hook yourself, you can't use the jump stick. You have to kick. Ooh, Jake lining up the kick shot on the 2 here. If I'm forced to kick at this ball, I think I'm going to try to play the thin part of the hit and try to hit down on this face and get the cue ball coming like this and pushing the 2 ball over.
Yeah, that's a real good chance. That's probably what he may be looking at too, Jason.
Well, I mean, you're forced into this situation now. I mean, things could go the opposite way too, and line it right up for John. He's going to call the 7. I heard that through the door.
Okay.
Okay. Not entirely terrible, but pretty sure a safe is coming back. Coming back here. We'll need to have to get a hold of Tina Kiski and make sure we can get Jack out to play and get him on playing on the stream too.
Yeah, it'd be nice to
Ooh.
have Jack on there as well. Maybe you can get Jack and BOLDMAN going.
That'd be a good match. Jack, I know you're watching. Have you been able to play much since your ankle injury and all that?
Well, I'm probably try to cut this in. Yeah,
Oh yeah.
drills it too.
He drilled the bank shot and got nice shape on the 3. I mean, you're 2 games away from winning the set. You can just open it up a little bit. You got 5 fouls to give, basically, if you're talking basketball talk.
Yeah, that's another way to kind of look at it.
Well, a lot of people think that way.
Yeah.
You know, and in a lot of situations, when you just play free, you just start playing better and better and better.
Hmm. Well, that's what happened when I played Darren for Top of the Valley last week, and I was up 6 racks on him. Poised to beat him by 2, and they only leave him with 2 games. And he went to that never give up stroke and just started running balls out.
Darren has that capability.
And he came back within 2.
Yeah. But I was happy to see you get a W in that.
Yeah. Thank you.
Ooh. Well. Now, Jake gets another opportunity here. Now, is it worth to try to come across and get into the 9-7 kick? Or you try to come above it and play the combo?
I think the combo's got much higher percentage and a higher percentage to reshape, because otherwise the way you're fighting between those 2 balls is
Mm-hmm.
lot of negative things can happen. I think he's going to come out outside angle here. Yeah. Oh, he's going to just kick it off. Okay.
Well, he took his cue over there and lined it up between the 7 and 9. Looking at that, it worked out pretty good. Just a follow shot here, I think. But come off the bottom rail and back up to the 8. That he did not want to do.
And he can't jump out of this.
No, he's got a kick out of this. Oh, I don't know how many times I've done the same thing, and the problem is the last thought in my mind was, okay, I got to get around the 9. Don't hit it, and that's exactly what I go and do.
It happens every time. It happens to everyone.
I mean, it's funny how that last little image when you stroke the cue ball just comes right out on the table.
Hmm. That even goes back to when I used to do lots of mountain biking and do jumps and stuff like that. It's look where you want to be and focus on it. Being there. Think about nothing else. Because if you look your head somewhere else or look somewhere else, that's where you're going to end up.
Oh,
Nice
Jake
kick.
gets a good hit here. Oh, okay. Well, at least he leaves a bank shot or a safe shot for John. He got away with that one a little bit.
I think you'll see a bank with a 3-rail shape for the 9 with the cue
Coming
ball.
around the 10.
Yeah,
Yeah, I mean, at this point, why not?
exactly. Doesn't get there though.
Yeah, nope. But he leaves a fairly straight shot for Jake here. Is he going to follow this around? Looks like his straight line is just a hair to the right of the left point. Yeah, looks like he's doing a follow shot here. Oh, stand back up, rethink it.
I do think it does line up better following and drawing for the 9 ball.
Yeah, I don't think you need much English. Just follow. Oh, that landed good. That was really pretty. He's got a tiny little off angle to the
Yep.
left of center on the 9. Now you got to decide, are you just going to use the left draw?
I think you follow again. What do you think? You think that's overcooking it?
Well, that's going to depend on Jake. He just did a great follow shot on the last shot.
The draw shot kind of steers it a little bit.
I can't see how close the shadow is underneath the stick. It looks like he's drawing it though.
It does look like he's drawing it. Yeah.
Oh, and he really drew it. Yeah.
Yeah, he's got distance and pockets. That's all you need.
This looks like it's straight into the side pocket.
Yeah, he's going to the side.
Certainly looks that way.
Ooh,
Right.
gets in there too.
Gets
Nice.
in there. Okay. The lead is back to 4. Boldman leading 9-5. All right, Jake, let's get back in this, homie. I want to see this get down. They got to win by 2.
Yeah, that's what we're what we're hoping for. Just like any hill battle, only it's a 2-point hill, I guess you'd call it, wouldn't you? They're discussing the shots out there too.
Oh yeah, I absolutely like that too.
Yeah, that's good sportsmanship. Not being too hard on each other about any of it or too distant. Just competing really well in a personal environment.
Well, I definitely want to get Jake back in this too. Back on stream again.
Mm-hmm. Oh, absolutely. Jake's always nice on stream. He's been on my stream several times now.
Yeah.
Him and Heacock won another battle as well. Just got to get them their schedules lined up.
Yeah, Jason was having some personal issues going on. Oh, I think he's readjusting his mindset and going to get back on the horse again. Seven ball, both the second row balls go in the side pocket. Beautiful little break. Now, see, 2 balls gone. So I say you play the 1 to the lower right corner. Maybe a hair more of the pocket speed, and then you just come out and play the 3 off the 8 in the side.
Hey, I think you really got to get the the shot mentally completed for the cue ball in your head to get the shape that you need here, and then just execute.
The 1 went right. I didn't see the 1 sliding past the 3. That worked out really good.
I didn't know that. Makes it much easier than with the long shot we
Yeah.
were looking at.
Yeah. A lot easier shot. I think he's gonna draw across a little bit. Okay, he's gonna play the 6. Six ball is just a little to the right side of the pocket as Jake's looking at it.
Well, Steven, if
Oh yeah, Steven. Nope. That was good.
if we have availability when you're in town, love to have you and get you through the process and
If
get you a great match.
If you have somebody you have in mind that you'd like to play, get in contact and see if they're down too, and give them the dates you're going to be in town, and then post up on the Dibs on 8 Dibs, and we'll get you in. Be good to see you again, man. Miranda. Hi, Miranda.
Yeah, I guess you kind of would expect she'd be watching John.
Hey, did you already set up Eve and Darren?
No, I'm still looking for an opponent for Eve.
Miranda, what is your Fargo, sweetie? And would you be interested in playing a $100 set with Eve Hazlett?
But it would have to be on Friday.
But it would have to be on a Friday. That's absolutely right.
Yeah.
She can be up here around 2. She's up here playing another tournament. All right, focus, Jake. Yes, Miranda. John is he's throwing down a good game today.
466, and she's 508. That's pretty close. I'm sure she'd be willing to work on some weight or something as well, if that is needed for the match to happen.
Oh, Jake rattles the 10 ball here. This could potentially put John Boldman on the hill. Huh! Evie bought Stephen Gray's table before he left the PNW. Ooh! Okay. Well, now, that makes it interesting. Jake let one slip out of his hands, and Boldman misses really good. Now Jake's coming with the pressure shot. What do you do here?
Well, if he can't fill that back cut, and that's an insane back cut to go for, he can go back and do table separation again if he can get the short rails, middle diamond spread apart.
He's thinking. He's still thinking.
All right, Miranda, I'll reach out to you outside of here, and we'll discuss it and see if we can get your schedule to align for the day that she'll be here.
Yeah. What was it? Eve said 2 p.m. on Friday.
On the 10th, I believe the 10th. The 10th's that Friday. Yeah, anytime after 2. She said she can prepare by 2, but she wants to be done with the match by around 8ish.
Okay. Well, let's see if Miranda can pull that together. That'd be cool. And Miranda says no weight needed. It'll be a good tester. Awesome. Ooh. John drains the cross-side bank. It's 10-5. John is on the hill.
With John Boldman here so much, Miranda's showing up. His parents must start charging them rent.
No.
It's John on the hill now.
Yep, score is 10-5.
Jake's got a lot of work cut out for him if he's going to come back and get this.
He does. I've seen him do it before.
I've seen, yeah. Any good player can do it at any moment. Because, Boldman lets off the gas a little bit, makes a couple mistakes. Jake gets on the gas. It's not over until that's his 11. And also, if he comes back within 2, they just keep battling back and forth.
Mm-hmm.
Much like the ring games, that we've had with Jake, where every time you think he's out, he's right back in it.
Yep. He claws himself right back in the game. That'd be something fun to do, too. Get a little on-stream ring game, too. But I don't think we should let Dane play. Dane comes and takes everybody's money.
Sometimes.
Yeah. All right, that was a decent little safety right there.
Jackson is always tough playing a guy on his home table because John's going to be paying rent. That's funny, Jack. Bravo. Golf clap.
Actually, Jake, Dane, Jack, myself, you. Mark would probably be down for ring games. Might even talk to John Kim. Pretty sure he likes to play ring games too. Had a lot of fun at the house when everyone was over doing the ring game.
Yeah, I don't think they're always the best for streaming, but they're. I mean, you can have it up for people to come check in on and watch and just poke around and see what people players are doing and be in and out and stuff. So
Okay. That leave is hittable, but Jake had to hit it hard enough to be able to force a rail, and that blows the whole rack open. And we've seen John cut these shots in. Left and right. 8, 9, 10 is a little bit of a cluster. Mr. Boldman slicing that cake up like a champ. What do you think? Follow this down for the 3 on the right side?
I was looking at the YouTube feed, so trying to. Yeah, I think so. Just be careful with the rail speed, kind of kicking the ball out some. You might want to be for the 3 in the corner.
Maybe it looks like it slides past the 8.
Just because that angle is going to put the ball to the rail like that. Oh, but John can stroke it so well it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter.
Yeah, he's got the right natural angle to be correct on the 4 angle to get to the 7 too. Just make the 3 and just come off the rail just a little bit so you have a little cue room. Oh, he just goes after it all. Well, that rearranges. 4 ball in the side pocket gives shape on the 7. Yep. I think John popped that open on purpose.
It's a nice kiss on that one.
Oh yeah.
Speed. Gotta give us a little gusto to shape that 8 though. I think.
Oh, he's gonna put some left hand spin on this.
Yeah. Get 2 or 3 row shape to the corner.
Yeah. John might be smelling the blood.
Ooh, he's gonna make that one steep. But that feeds to the 9 really well though. It's thin, but you get good cue ball speed.
Well, he's got room to shoot low left draw here, and just kind of wrap around right up past the spot line or so. Well, he just does a 1 rail up and down.
Yeah, see, that's what I was expecting him to do because of how thin it was.
Yeah, a lot of times that low outside on that shot can hit the inside bottom rail and rattle.
I would think if it was about 10 degrees thicker, that's where I like that shot you were talking about, because then you can use the stroke to just send the ball to the pocket, but then you got to be careful of making good adjustments because hit it hard. And
all right, John Boldman takes down this 300 in the middle set of 10 ball in a race to 11.
Let me go pay him, Jason. You take him out.
Yep. All right. Greg Jensen's going to sign off, go out and hand over the money to the winner, and shake hands and do all that fancy stuff. And this is Jason Fick, going to sign off here in just a second. Thanks, everyone, for watching. Ha 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 ha. Well, did I talk her into it, Jack? Oh, good match, gentlemen. It was a good match. I was hoping Jake would get away with a little bit more there and have this really go the distance. But still, great play on both players. Thank you, EvoSports, and thank you, Salato. And thank you, 8 Dibs and Distinguished Billiards. It's been a great little set. And thanks to everyone in the chat. It's been a fun time. And hope to have a few of you on up here playing in the future. Okay. Yeah, you can shut up. We're good. All right. Greg's going to go shut the stream down. Everyone have a great evening. I think we're all